Triple A bet.
73 laps to go. Everybody up here is still shaking their head over what Tyler Reddick just did. Got loose off the corner, drove it straight through the grass, back onto the track, didn't lose his spot. That will be our pod's big move of the day.
I tell you what's moving. They need some removal from the underpants of him. Man, unbelievable save. How about that across the apron, across the turf, back onto the racetrack. My man, Tyler Reddick, pods. Big move of the race. Wow, watch this in-car right here, guys. Tony, you do not the wheel over like that and save it down on the apron. Unbelievable.
And one lap later, up against the wall again.
Well, he was busy. He was moving, like I said.
Moving
Way to clean up on aisle 9 on that one.
That was moving your hands around like that too off the wheel and trying to get recentered like that. That's crazy.
Then we listened in.
Ow!
I told you. I called it. And that'll be the pod's big move of the week.
Didn't change a beat. Look at him, still right up against the wall. That boy is some kind of talent behind the wheel.
Yes, he is.
Now he's dropped to third. Kyle Busch went through for second place. As we're showing you replays here. Reddick now third, 3.4 seconds back.
He dropped to third. I mean, he ought to be on the rollback right now. Yeah. And the infield can do it. And it will get preparing for, an interview with Jamie down there. It's unbelievable.
Ty Gibbs up to 6th.
Very impressive.
And Ross Chastain carrying our Advent Health Cam there. Still now one lap down. Let's go to pit road.
Well, Mike, how about the run for the 47 car right now? Ricky Stenhouse, I know we talked about him earlier, but continuing that good run. Shouldn't be a surprise either. 3 of the last 5 Coke 600s. He has been in the top 10, including 7th last year. The report from the driver right now, just a little bit too tight with the nose of the car and a little bit too loose with the back of it through the corners. Josh?
Well, before that last stop, Bubba Wallace came over the radio and said he was struggling to turn the wheel. And then he told the team, hey, we're going to need to make a big swing if we want any shot of winning this race. They made a big swing, made a bunch of adjustments, and now Bubba inside the top 10.
Comers and goers all day long. One of those, Kevin Harvick, who led 19 laps earlier. Now back up into the top 10. More so in the first half of this race. Alex Bell.
How about Zane Smith running 12? Good job by our truck champion, making the most of this opportunity.
And next, Justin Haley, who will be is in the Xfinity race. I say is because they started that race this morning, and they're going to continue it after the 600 concludes. That'll be on FS2. Austin Dillon has won here. Up and down day for Dillon, currently in 14th, 9 seconds off the lead. And while his teammate Ryan Blaney has led 128 laps, twice as much as anybody else, Joey Logano just hasn't been a factor in the top 5 today. Austin Cindric, a lap down earlier, hit the wall, had some damage to the right front, and he is coming back. Trying to get towards the front. Michael McDowell led early when they made a strategy call. Did not pit for tires when everybody else did. How did that work? Not too good. He went straight to the back and ended up right where he was prior to the stops, but had an extra set of tires sitting on the ground in case they were needed. And Ryan Preece has been on the lead lap all day. He's been up into the top 20 for a while and is now at 18th.
You know, watching these guys who look over at that pylon, I don't want to say it, but would somebody brag on him? Right there, take it, Mike.
You know, the good news, Ryan Blaney's now led 129 laps. 11 times in his Cup Series, he has led more than 100 laps in a single race.
I'm glad you said that. Thank you for taking that. I do not want to jinx that boy.
Well, he drives for Roger Penske, who won his 19th Indianapolis 500 yesterday. He's won the Coke 600 twice. Roger Penske has, but never in the same year yet. St. Louis next week. That'll be fun.
Fun racetrack.
Yeah.
Looking forward to getting out there in the Midwest, seeing what the boys do. A lot of sparks flew last year. Think about Chastain and Hamlin. Cool racetrack.
Well, get ready because Michael Waltrip will join us for the race. And in stage 2, the irrepressible Kenny Wallace will stop by.
God help you guys.
To offer his brand of wit and wisdom.
So much fun, so much energy.
Yep.
And Michael, I had a blast calling that race last year with him. Same guy, right? Fun, energy. How about Michael Waltripp's tap room down the road? Beautiful building. Love that. Right down the road to Charlotte Motor Speedway. A lot of fun's been had. A lot of good cold beer.
Yeah, just opened this week down on Bruton Smith Boulevard between here and the interstate. It'll be a fun place to visit. 60 laps to go. One pit stop in the offing, and Larry said it could come as early as within the next few laps.
And Mike, I go back to those green flag pit stops in the second stage, and they started happening about 45 laps, like 145. So we're about 2 minutes away from 345 now. If I go back to those green flag stops, the ones that laid the gauntlet early was Kyle Busch in his 18, Ty Gibbs in his 54 team. They were the first ones to come in, and after that, here they all came.
So Larry, thinking about Ryan Blaney and what a good short run car that has been, would it be to his advantage to stay out as long as he can on this set?
Well, I don't think he can stay out there a long time. Now, he has a little bit of a cushion because he has a 4-second lead, so he can let the others make the move first.
I also want to add to that. Whatever they did to that short run speed car, they fixed it. They adjusted on that thing the least little bit, and that baby's lights out all the way through the run now.
Yeah, I support what Larry said. He doesn't have to be the first one. They're going to keep their eye on whoever is the first to make that move and where they are track position wise, how many seconds gap they have over those guys. That will dictate when they're going to go ahead and bring him in.
The first one's going to be the one that needs it. Caution is out. Forget that conversation. Michael McDowell. Looks like the right front's down.
Debris in turn 2 puts us under caution.
He just pitted. It ain't down. It's gone.
You can call it debris. The other name for it is wheel.
Tires rolling down the backstretch here. No luck.
Holy
that
hell.
just hit pitted. Didn't get that wheel on, obviously.
Look at that
There it
motherfucker.
is. Still has the stickers on it.
Bad day.
Well, Larry, if you weren't ready to pit, you're pitting now.
Oh, yeah, and what Tony Stewart said about 5 hours ago, no mistakes on this pit stop.
Money stop, baby. It's time.
And you think at home, one lug nut, how hard could it be? Well, maybe the nut was solid to the wheel, but the wheel wasn't flush to the hub. There are a lot of different things that can happen here. And one of them did to Michael McDowell.
Well, the one thing's for certain, somebody's getting a vacation.
Yeah, 2 crew members will be suspended. It was 4 when we started with this car 1 year ago, and now NASCAR has adjusted that penalty. if the car loses a wheel after it leaves pit road. Now, Ryan Preece came to the pits under green just prior to the caution, and he'll be the first car one lap down to get the free pass with fresh tires. So we'll have 25 cars on the lead lap when we restart.
Be what, 54 to go? No.
So this could be the money stop, if it is indeed the last stop of the day. Regan.
Ryan Blaney spent most of that last run just managing the lead gap that he had and managing his race car. Told the team, I want to be a little tighter yet this run so I can be very aggressive on this upcoming restart. And the 8 car, Kyle Busch, it takes off really good for him. He likes the car initially, gets too free to the end right now. Jamie?
Now, Larson, the 5 that he fired off better there. Still a little too loose, very small adjustment here for him. William Byron, a little too tight, took off a little too slow. See if the pit crew gets it done once again, Mike.
Blaney will not be the leader on the restart. He was bested by Tyler Reddick coming out of their boxes.
And Busch.
Pretty close. And by Kyle Busch, but again, William Byron. Pit stall number 1.
There it is. That's 6 for them of the day. Man, we talked about it. Larry told us money stop. Here's the race off. The big one I see is that 12 car behind the 24, 45, 8, and here he comes.
My gosh, he should be celebrating. They have done an awesome job for that kid all day.
It ain't just the stall. Those 9-second stops are no joke.
That's right.
That combination is lethal.
18 positions gained on pit road by the number 2014. That is incredible.
I'll be taking those boys to lunch this week.
Chase Briscoe was a lap down earlier, and now here he is up in the top 15 in this cycle of comers and goers all day long. The new documentary series Dirt, The Last Great American Sport, airs Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1.
Molly Crew fucking make a movie called Dirt.
Dirt sprint cars and midgets, there's nothing like it. The power, the out of control. You're on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Everything you do is so fast. Racing obviously is dangerous. At the end of the day, I'm more alive being a race car driver than not. This is Focus.
The next episode of Dirt, The Last Great American Sport, airs Tuesday at 7 on FS1.
That's right.
Josh?
Well, you guys talked about that being the money stop. That's exactly what Bubba Wallace said when he came into his pit. When we tried to leave the pit too close to the 48 car, couldn't clear it, had to wait, and he dropped all the way back outside the top 10 to 19th, guys.
Oh.
48's pretty sideways in his box. Right rear was just barely, 48's blocked in by the 7. LaJoie in front of him. He had to back up. That's why we call it the money stop. It can bite you. Now we get to see just how good this Blaney's car is. That's unfortunate, but he's extremely fast and maneuverable. I think that's the key, Tony. You know, being able to go where they're not, getting out of that preferred line and be able to make hay.
Yeah, not being line committed is definitely what's going to get you back up front.
What will be different to steal the lead from William Byron on the restart as you watch from our aerial coverage. Tonight is provided by Goodyear, powering every mile and every moment on NASCAR's road to victory. More driven. Turn 1 condos. Bill France told Bruton Smith he was, well, not right to build condominiums at a racetrack and sell off a piece of his real estate. Boy, Darrell Waltrip won a big race here and was offered one of his condos for what now is a very small amount of money. And I'll bet VW wished he'd taken Bruton up on that, because that $84,000 investment would be worth, I don't know, $600,000-700,000 now.
I tell you, my man Bruton didn't make too many bad mistakes.
Well, and he thought outside the box.
At all.
That, as a promoter and a track operator, Bruton Smith thought big. He thought outside the box. He did things that nobody had ever done before. Just a pioneer in the sport.
That apple didn't fall far from the tree. You know, this is 2 weeks in a row of just phenomenal crowds, events, right? This is an event here. And last week, right down the road at North Wilkesboro, the revival of that racetrack. Hats off to Marcus Smith and everybody at SMI. Great 2 weeks.
Yes.
And Bruton's motto is on a sign right above the Turn 4 tunnel. We do everything for the fans.
Let's watch his shoes coming here.
All right.
So Blaney will have to follow Reddick into Turn 1 unless they get 3 wide. But Kyle Busch outside behind Byron.
Byron's kind of been wishy-washy on that front row. He's been on the bottom starting the race. We saw him on the outside, back to the bottom here.
Well, there's not...
Excuse me, that's not right.
He's never had a restart where anything significantly paid off for him. So he's kind of been moving around, but just hasn't had one that really paid off.
Larry Mack, 52 to go.
Well, we're going to go back racing with 51 to go. When I look at the last 6 Coca-Cola 600s, the average of the last caution is 46 to go. 3 of the last 4 has been in the final 10 laps. We've had 2 overtime finishes in our last 3 Coke 600s. And remember, 6 of 13 this year has finished in overtime.
Last year, last lap pass for the lead, Denny Hamlin ended up in victory lane. Today, Hamlin was in the garage after a collision with Chase Elliott at lap 186. That put both of those title contenders out of the race. Byron and Reddick, Busch and Blaney, Larson and Harvick. Pace car is in. Green flag.
All right, now. Let's go, Busch. Go Gibbs. Let's go Austin.
I have a hook from the 8. 3 by 1.5, 2 turbos, 3 to 1.
And Reddick got in trouble. They had to slip up, but he found a hole right in front of Truex. Perfect timing of that hole for Reddick. That saved him.
Truex shoots the gap in the middle and moves up to 4th.
Bad restart for Reddick.
Yeah. And for Blaney, who's back in 5th.
And Blaney couldn't get up where he wanted to be in that middle, going into 1 and 2, got stuck on the bottom, lost all that momentum. That's how Truex got by him.
Right now. Let's go, Dylan. Top 10. Let's go.
Truex Jr. 3rd and 4th, capitalizing on their mishap.
Pace Briscoe. Bob Burton.
Good ass pass for second. Here comes Larson. Said he didn't like the screen.
Oh shit, boy wonder. You better get him, Kyle. Busch.
Time to shine. Let's bring Truex right to the
damn it.
Yes, sir.
Fucking Dylan dropped back to 13th again. Now he's back to 14th. Fuck, they were doing something, now they're falling off.
Didn't see this coming.
Did you see the penalty for it? I mean, he got the stop. I mean, it seemed Busch closed on him on the front stretch, but man, Larson can roll the bottom right now. We haven't seen anybody really be that strong.
Gibbs outside Harvick, that's for 7th.
You gotta trust your car, put them super stickums on them. Run the car down there with him, Kyle.
6 pretty evenly spaced. Stenhouse battling Harvick is the first battle in survey. Gibbs runs 4th. He's after Reddick, side by side in the backstretch.
Fucking drivers right there.
Can't clear. takes it back. And Stenhouse on the bottom, now inside Harvick. And as that group of four looks ahead, the leaders are moving away. Kyle Busch trying to mount a charge on Larson for second.
Got Ryan Blaney to the inside of Martin Truex here. He's starting to get that momentum back now.
Took that line away from Truex.
Made him have to lift.
So close.
Blaney, good run off the corner, halves the difference between himself and Kyle Busch.
Reddick in the wall again off the turn.
About these two, seems like all the time we talk about William Byron and Kyle Larson, the battle. If you back to Vegas, it was literally came down to whoever who off the pit road was going to win the race, and he was
trouble! Running slam coming on turn number 4.
Harvick.
Who slides to the turf and straightens it out. Reddick and Harvick collide coming off turn number 4 for the 13th caution of the day at lap 359.
Oh.
Front of Harvick takes off to the right. The 4 definitely just ran up into the 45.
Sure
Not
did.
intentionally, obviously, but we've seen that today where in that same area, guys on the top have been loose and the guys in the bottom have been really tight.
Well, I think Mike said it best. You know, it's been days where this track's just not wide enough, and that is definitely a crunch zone. You run out of real estate when you're on the bottom. We've talked about it with Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. If you live in these cars today's day and age on these type of racetracks, you're going to get freight trained, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, it seems like it's just hard to recover also. Like if the front end takes off, you can lift and it doesn't just grab back like it used to.
Yeah, that wasn't intentional. I mean, you just don't, you know that because you don't see that out of Harvick. Caught him off guard, caught him in a bind, lifted, and wouldn't do anything. Listen. I mean, you see, it wasn't his attention wasn't even on that outside. His focus, he thought he was going to be all right. Not the case.
Another hats off to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and one of their innovations was putting artificial turf on the entire ball field down the front straightaway. Had that been grass or had the storm drains we used to see in the past, we've seen whole cars destroyed by a slide like that, and we've seen several instances today where cars would slide through that turf and straighten out and continue. Regan.
Like Ryan Blaney lost just a little bit of track position on that restart and on that run, but overall the car just a little bit snug for him. Not bad from the driver's seat right now. And the 8 car of Kyle Busch just a little tight trying to wrap the bottom of the corner for him right now. Jamie?
Well, pit stop here for Kyle Larson and William Byron. You see 4 tires here. Just tightening them up a little bit with some air pressure, very minimal adjustments on these race cars.
Blaney got a good launch out of his pit. He's going to beat Kyle Busch, but Larson pulls out in front of him, and Byron, of course, scoots out from box number 1. 41 laps to go.
$75 around this epic track. But we I wouldn't want to be stuck in the middle, I know that. So I'm with you. If I'm him and I can't hit it and know I can roll it, I'm going to the top.
Pace car is in. Zane Smith, William Byron lead them back to green.
Well, he got a good jump, and there it is. He moves up. Larson goes to the middle. Larson hanging tough on the outside of Blaney here.
The bush in the middle.
This is Blaney's chance. Can he hook this bottom? Look at that car bottom out.
Oh!
I think that's Allmendinger. Got loose underneath. Yeah, it is. Got loose underneath Logano.
Harris Burton and A.J. Allmendinger bring out the 14th caution.
Oh my God.
See if Ricky Stenhouse gets in the back of Allmendinger here. Yes.
On the third try.
I'm looking to see if they're going to give. I couldn't tell who was ahead, whether it was Larson or Blaney on that pass for second. We'll go back to the scoring loop.
And we'll go back to the last scoring loop rather than the moment of caution. Boy, Joey Logano lucky to get away with just a little bounce to the wall there. Daniel Suarez gets the free pass. He is now back on the lead lap.
Watch more commercials.
You could save a ton with Progressive.
breakfast. Hey, buddy. Your choice of breakfast croissant plus seasoned potatoes for just $3. Choose one.
Pods handles the driving. Home, across town, or across the country. Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
Are you a new AT&T?
T-Mobile has a way out. Introducing the Easy Unlock. Bring your AT&T lock phone and T-Mobile will pay it off and give you one of the latest 5G smartphones free. Plus, next time you're upgrade ready, 2 years versus 3. You're free now, little one. So are you. Just so we're clear, I did triple points. Free your phone now at T-Mobile.
35 laps to go in Charlotte as we work towards sunset here with William Byron leading Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick. I want to go back for a minute to 2001 when Tony Stewart led 13 laps in the Indy 500, finishing 6th. Race to Charlotte where you finished 3rd. The most impressive performance anybody's ever done in the Memorial Day double, weekend double.
Blind squirrel finding it once in a while. No. It was a long day. I really appreciated Joe Gibbs and Coach letting me have the opportunity to drive for Chip Ganassi at the Indy 500. I remember we had a rain delay there, and we were leading the race at the time that the red flag came out. And I remember Chip Ganassi coming in and he goes, "What are you going to do?" And I'll be honest, and I've never told Coach this story. I said, "Listen, I'm not leaving the Indianapolis Motor Speedway leading the Indy 500." So luckily we got it in, got down here. Home Depot was gracious enough to fly us down to Charlotte on their jet, and we had a great Coke 600 as well that night.
Think back to there. We're talking about Kyle Larson, right? He's going to attempt this. I mean, you were the last guy to do that, and obviously Robbie Gordon has done it. Kurt Busch has done it. What is the challenges? What's going to catch Kyle Larson off guard next year when he attempts this?
Well, I just think really for him to be very, very smooth with the steering wheel with the Indy car. You can't tug on the wheel a lot, like you can the stock car, and you cannot run the car as free as you do the stock car. So, he's going to have to learn what that Indy car really likes. He'll have the 600 down, no problem. It's the 500 that's going to be the hard part for him.
But when you got out of Indianapolis, you're on the plane right back. Were you completely gassed? Were you like, oh my gosh, 600 miles, can I do this?
No, Coach made me hire a trainer from the Carolina Panthers
to be with
Dairy
Queen?
No. The night before the race, I got a large pizza from Pizza King. I got to eat as much as I wanted the night before the race, but literally for 3.5 weeks before the event, I was on a strict diet from the trainer, and it paid off. I was in way better shape in 2001 than I was when I ran the race in 1999.
So were you more mentally or physically drained at the end of 1,100 miles of racing?
More mentally drained, honestly. I mean, the anticipation of living your lifelong dream of trying to win the Indy 500, then having to turn that off when the race is over, get an IV in your arm, get all the nutrients, fly down here, and then get your mind ready to run 600 miles at Charlotte, knowing that it's going to go through that transformation of day into night. That was the hard part of it, was trying to wrap your head around both of the cars and the strategies and what you needed to do procedure-wise to be good for both races.
Well, 6th at Indy, 3rd at Charlotte. Quite an accomplishment.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Doesn't surprise me a bit.
Nope.
And then you get in a railer, right, in a full top alcohol car and go win in that. Pretty unbelievable.
That team is on fire. They just won in Pennsylvania this weekend with Matt Cummins. They've won the last 4 races in a row with 3 different drivers. The McPhillips family's done an awesome job.
And you being one of those 3.
Luckily.
Check out the old bar graph, boys. We are getting down to the ending stages of this 600-mile race.
Do you have any color you could use on this besides yellow? I'm getting very tired of that today. Here we go. Try that one.
No, we don't want that.
No,
we do not want that one.
We'll have green fired up in that next week.
It's been a really good race, a really good Coke 600. I knew, I had a good feeling about it. You think back to Kansas, think about this race last year. Darlington was an exceptional race. It's went by really fast, hasn't it, Tony?
Well, not only that, but the best part I feel like is you look at the top 6 right now. Every one of these cars in the top 6, I feel like realistically still has a shot to win this race. I mean, anything can happen, but all 6 of the top 6 cars have been strong the entire day.
Cream has definitely rose to the top.
Absolutely.
Here we come to the choose cone. Let's see what they do.
All right, Byron outside, Blaney inside, Larson and Reddick to the outside. That opens up the inside for Truex. He'll get to move up a row, up to row 2. I want to thank all these Hardy fans that have been here all weekend and gotten wet and soaked a couple of times, and especially our Fox Sports crew that once we are finished with this 600-mile race, well, they have most of 300 miles to go on FS2 as they complete the Allsco 300 Xfinity Series race. So thanks to all of you for your hard work and efforts. Jamie.
Well, you guys have been talking about the 24 pit crew all night, getting the job done. There the boys are. But they're just getting warmed up. They've still got racing to do. Maybe another stop here, maybe not, but they'll have a few stops tonight in the Xfinity race. But really well done today. I think they've gained 18 positions for their driver today. Had 3 of their fastest stops of the year in tonight's race. There's the lineup right here. Kudos to them.
Well done.
Done their job. Now let's see if he can do his. William Byron on the point once again. But man, I am so impressed. This is a battle of the manufacturers. You got a Chevy, a Ford, 2 Toyotas up there. The top 6, all of these boys.
We get some interesting statistics for Bert and Ernie. I'll tell you, this is the 6th time the 12 and 24 started on the front row side by side tonight. Here we go.
Great jump and great push by his teammate Larson behind him.
Blaney really did a good job rolling the bottom there.
4 wide. Look at that. Preece on the bottom. Stenhouse. A push from Gibbs.
Oh, another one.
Is round and caution.
No!
Look out.
Oh my God! Come on, fucking rookies.
Cautions. 3 cautions.
Well, everybody knows they've got it. This is the point of the race where you can't give an inch. You've got to get everything you can get on these restarts. There's no going to be. You're not going to see any give and take anymore.
One of the things I see, these guys trying to sort it out. The Truex is ahead of Larson. Look back here, you see Cindric get sideways. It's going to hit this inside wall hard with the nose.
Well, he came
Look at that thing give and flex.
He came right across the front of Harrison Burton's car without touching it. Brad Keselowski will get one of his 2 laps back on this caution. And we'll take you back side by side with 29 to go.
Great seats, am I right? You got this, Carlos!
Thanks, Advance.
Like Advance.
I'm the #1 fan of Advance Auto Parts, and I am here for the free battery tests. Yes! 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 And free die-hard battery installations. Let's go! Or when they put on a new wiper blade. Here's my race!
I see we have a new beer.
Yeah, but I'm still #1 though, right? No, seriously, I'm still #1?
Still #1.
Think it'll ever stop raining?
This is how we advance.
Subway keeps upping their game. Break it down, Candace.
Just look at the smashed avocado, made with only Haas avocado and sea salt.
Ingredients like these make the Subway series elite.
That avocado's got bravado. Try the Subway series menu. Their taste is refreshed yet.
Here and now is when it matters most.
Heavy damage.
Not last month, or last week, or 48 laps ago when that bumper fell off. Here is where it must be left on the track. The anger, the hunger, the passion, and the drive to do whatever it takes to make it across that finish line first. Now is when the future is written. From the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
The sports world loves the USFL. Here we go. This is the gridiron phenomenon that has taken America by storm. Feel you. It's hard-hitting, fast-paced, action-packed pro football that fans are going crazy for. Here we go. Real pros. Real football for real fans.
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here. Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere? And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
Yes, you can. Because we're busy women. We don't have time for a lag or buffer. Who doesn't want internet that helps AI do your homework even faster?
Come again? Sorry, what was that?
Introducing the next generation 10G network, only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Months into the season, and already a year's worth of travel. It's coming in fast, so keep your head on a swivel.
.28 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 600. After caution flag number 15. This race has been run since 1960, and only 3 times have there been more caution flags than we've had today. Why is this race 600 miles? Because when Bruton Smith and Curtis Turner built this track for 1960, they wanted to run Memorial Day weekend, and the Indy 500 is the biggest race in the world. How do you be bigger than a 500? Make it a 600. That's what it's been ever since.
Sell more hot dogs that way, too.
Look at how the track temp has dropped 17 degrees since the start of the race. So the track drive for morning rain.
And I think that's what's led to a lot of the change-up in the lineup that we see here. And we talked about the green was rough, rise to the top here. And I think it's really woke some of these cars up. I think early on in that race, think about Truex, some of these Toyotas that were up front dominate early stages of this race. Not so much anymore.
That Coke machine you saw stands in victory lane. That's the trophy for the Coca-Cola 600. And Byron again goes to the outside, and Blaney is back to the front row.
Awesome.
Byron will have his teammate Larson behind. Blaney will have Truex.
I think that was the key. I mean, they were all but door-to-door. Larson and Truex couldn't really tell. Went back to the timing line. Finally, they put Larson in front of Truex. That puts him right on the bumper.
Oh, shit, there we go.
Good push out of him. I think Blaney has the fastest.
These rookies can fucking get it going here.
You're going to see a Ford in victory lane, but it's a tall order to get around this 24.
So 6 times these two have started side by side. In 4 of the 6, Blaney ended up with the lead.
Hats off to Blaney in the 12 car. These guys, they brought a fast hot rod. That has by far been the best Ford we've seen in a long time. Keeping up with the likes of Byron, Larson, Truex. These cars have dominated these sides of racetracks, and he's been there the whole race.
Well, Blaney's restart ranking has improved tonight. There will be 26 laps to go. They take the green. Green flag.
Yep.
Blaney did a much better job on this restart staying with William Byron.
So did his help behind him, Truex. It's not going to quite get clear here.
Oh, not another caution. Oh, 4 cautions in a row. All 4 restarts. Fucking rookies.
Such a good run for Ty Gibbs.
Oh my God.
Who was in front here with the lead? I see.
He fucked up Ty Gibbs too.
Oh
my
It's going to be interesting.
We'll have to go back to the last scoring loop they crossed prior to the moment of caution.
Larson stays down right front of the station.
What the hell did you do?
Logano limping in. Here's Larson.
I'm sorry. I was plowing tight for the wheel and then it didn't snap.
I don't drink and I'm almost out of cigarettes.
Same thing we saw, Tony, you said it, with Cindric. Front end took off, snapped loose, away she went.
Drink. Smoke the chip.
For Bell there. Auto damage for Bell. All right. Watch Larson.
There it takes off. You can see him heading up the racetrack, and once he bit, came around in a hurry. There's Bell getting into him.
Bell, Logano, Gibbs squeezed up to the wall.
aside from Larson, the biggest heartbreaker in that transaction was Ty Gibbs. That kid, I want to give him props today. That kid has drove an incredible race, super smart, very patient, didn't put himself in bad positions, and this was one he just couldn't get away from, unfortunately. But that kid did an amazing job all day today.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. He's been solid. He's done that all year, Tony. He's been solid each and every week, doing everything he is, logging the laps, learning, getting the experience, getting the respect of the other drivers. Hasn't been in any dust-ups all season long.
Or 3 restarts.
Right in his lap.
Not sure how badly that car is hurt from the sound of the impact. It could be pretty severe. A lot of vibration there.
Let's go got the Xfinity race after this one.
From Joey Logano.
Xfinity race is going to be on Fox Sports.
Just couldn't get low enough soon enough.
Just nowhere to go. I mean, that's just there just wasn't anywhere good to be, whether you were on the inside or outside. It was the way that Kyle started spinning down, got that bottom all choked up, and then the top choked up at the same time.
Ross Chastain with a lot of evasive action to get through there.
How about this?
And Ghost Car showing us that as of the last scoring loop, Blaney was the race leader.
Huge.
Pit road is open. Very few takers. Just Almirola there right now. We've had at least 17 cars involved in incidents today. Among the 16 caution flags, they're the ones caught up in this one. When Kyle Larson was plowing tight, and then the car just snapped loose, in his words. It's been very eventful. Coca-Cola 600. Eric Almirola and Bubba Wallace, when the red flag came out, had words and a shove. An even bigger shove was here. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott comes off the wall, and both cars knocked out of the race in this one.
It's a big hit there, Tony.
Yes.
That is Kevin Harvick sliding through the turf after contact. And this one with Kyle Larson going around, catching Christopher Bell, Joey Logano, and Ty Gibbs. And there were more. That's just the highlight reel, or low light reel, if you will. Kyle Larson under repair. So we've got an interesting top 10 with some fellows we've not seen up there much today. Here's Ryan Preece in 6th, Ricky Stenhouse in 7th, Justin Haley in 8th, Eric Almirola in 9th, Chase Briscoe up to 11th, J.J. Yaley 13th, Ross Chastain up into the top 15. We're not going to hit the caution flag record of 22, unfortunately. Then again, we still have 22 laps to go.
Never say never. These boys are going to give the fans their money's worth, though. This is going to be an awesome finish. I mean, it is literally the battle of the fastest 2 cars. It's been Blaney and Byron all day long. Reddick was up there. I mean, Truex has been up there early. Kyle Busch, he's been spun around today. He's up there in 4th.
I don't ever pump our guys up when we're doing the broadcast, but I'm really proud of Ryan Preece, Eric Amarola, Chase Briscoe right now. It's a battle from how bad all 4 of our cars were at the beginning of this race. Kevin Harvick dropping all the way back to 30th. For these guys to rally and almost get 3 of the 4 cars in the top 10 right now at this stage of the race. Pretty proud of our organization.
Yeah, Briscoe was a lap down.
Yes.
And as soon as Harvick was on, I mean, I'm talking the first stop, Briscoe lap down, Harvick in 30th, did not look good. All of a sudden, boom, here we are, all in the top 10.
But let's remind folks, there was no practice. There was, for the first time in the history of this race, no qualifying. Nobody had a lap on the track until they lined them up to race this afternoon.
But that being said, Mike, today's day and age, you just don't fix stuff that far off. That is an unbelievable turnaround of obviously identifying where we're wrong and making an adjustment to try to correct the situation, and boy, did they. It started with Rodney Childerson up 14, and everybody followed suit after that. They were another person, teams, just organization, just like Larson that took advantage of that rain delay and went to work. They figured that out and made it good. You know, after all the wins, all the races that this man's seen, Rick Hendrick, it's still fun to see how nervous he gets.
So let's talk motivation. William Byron has 3 wins in the bank. He wants to win his home track race. Who wouldn't? Wants to win on just a mile from the Hendrick Motorsports campus for his boss. They are calling Kyle Larson's car to pit road. He had gone back on track 1 lap down, lined up at the back, and they're NASCAR calling that car in. He's on pit road now. Ryan Blaney's motivation. Now let's watch Larson. Larson's going to the garage.
Yeah, I think his tie rod's broke. I say it, Blaney.
The upright's broke there now.
59 races it's been since he's last won. This boy is hungry, and I think he can get the job done.
And his car owner won the Indy 500 yesterday again. Has never won the 500 and 600 in the same year. A lot of motivation right there. So it's Blaney versus Byron. Truex and Busch behind them. Reddick and Preece, Stenhouse and Haley, Almirola, Buescher, the top 10 as we go back to green. 20 to go.
Big jump on that outside. Good push for Truex behind him. Byron didn't get the best jump on the inside, Tony.
Blaney took off as soon as he got to that first line in the restart zone. He didn't wait, didn't give William an opportunity to roll him or anything. That got him right to the point.
Byron can't get. He was trying to stall that. Oh, Blaney gets loose right in front of him. Truex checked up for him. Open the door for Byron. Here he comes.
Boy, that had not happened tonight to Ryan Blaney.
That's a heads-up driving by Truex. He could have dumped him right there.
In there, Kyle.
Got out of the gas. Saved Ryan Blaney's day.
Could have dumped himself too, though. But that's the savvy that Martin Truex has as a veteran driver.
Reddick on the top, into 4th. Stenhouse, Busch fighting for 5th. Truex going to the bottom on Byron. This is for 2nd.
Oh, Stenhouse in the wall on the outside of Busch.
Wall bouncing.
That's such a good run, John. He's running 6th. And here comes Reddick on that inside. He wants a piece of the action.
Big run.
Reddick had been up top. He crossed over in turn number 2 to drop to the bottom and make the pass. There's Lars.
That's a strong move there in 1 and 2.
Oh! Kyle Busch just almost got turned over from bumper of Stenhouse. Nice save.
Truex is going to clear him, is he? Clear up. Takes it back.
Reddick with a run. Drop slow.
Back inside.
Single foul, first half dozen. Preece and Stenhouse battle. And now things begin to sort out. 16 to go. Single file for the top 10.
That might be singling out the intensity is ramping up for Truex, for Reddick, for Bubba Bubba Wallace up to 5th now. Those 3 drivers in particular know that if they have a shot at this win, they have to go right now. They can't wait for anything. Got to get it off.
Flip side of that, you know, Ryan Blaney in this 12 car leading the race. He's got to run and hide. It's all race long. He's had the up front speed, fell off on the back side of this. 15 to go here. He's still running good. 29.88, 94 behind him and firing.
Those 5 cars had broken away, but now Kyle Busch is reeling them in. And with him comes Stenhouse. Stenhouse and Busch side by side on the front straightaway. And off to turn 1. Bubba Wallace in that pink and red car. Top 5 the last 2 races, plus runner-up last week in the All-Star race.
These two cannot get away from each other right now. Ricky Stenhouse has done a great job all day. He's not been a top 5 car necessarily, but he has kept himself in the hunt.
I think they were bouncing off one another right there on the exit. Look at this battle. Teammates.
Reddick backing up, falls in behind Bubba Wallace, who climbs to 4th. Ryan Preece comes up to make it a battle with Busch and Stenhouse. And he's got company on his outside.
Buscher's back in the mix.
Buescher and Austin Dillon at the back of the top 10. Now Austin Dillon has fresher tires on that number 3 than the cars he's racing against.
These top 3 lap times are all over one another. 13, a 9, and an 11. 14 behind him with Wallace. Matching each other's speed so far. Let's see if one of them falls off here.
Go, Austin. Let's go, baby.
Laps to go.
Do it for Dale, baby.
As we're on the 8th place battle, Buescher and Dillon.
See Byron moving around a little bit, running high, way up next to the wall in 3, trying to get some momentum. Find his grip here, Tony.
He's got to find something that's going to gain him a little bit. And it's hard at this stage of the race. I mean, the track's cooling off. It's got a lot of grip. Searching around isn't as valuable as it was earlier.
Blaney's stretching it out a little bit.
He had built up a 4-second lead prior to the spate of cautions.
Full grip right here on this racetrack. Sun's down, cool conditions. Clean air, go cat go.
Chris Buescher right there. Just got past Austin Dillon. That's for 8th place.
Damn. It's gonna stay green unless somebody's car gets up on people here.
Blaney continues to pad his lead. It's up to a 2nd now. 7 laps to go. All he could do is try to run and hide.
He's just got to run his pace right now. I mean, like Clint had mentioned earlier, he had such good short run speed, couldn't make the long run speed happen. This, whatever change they made 2 or 3 stops ago, started changing that, shifting that dynamic for these guys.
Yeah, it definitely helped him on the backside of these runs. He's holding strong. Obviously had that short run speed, fixed it a little bit to help him hold on. He is driving off into the sunset. Not any lappers or anything in the way of that. It's just going to be mano a mano here. If they run him down, they're going to have to do it the hard way. All it takes is one little slip up, Tony.
Yeah, but if you're a spotter right now, you tell him it's all in front of you. Don't even look in that mirror. Just run your line, run your pace. Just focus on hitting your marks.
Don't look in the mirror, boy. Go 600.
And that 24 is getting smaller in that mirror than number 12.
Good problem to have, Mike.
Third generation star out of a great racing family from Ohio. His grandfather Lou, his dad Dave drove sprint cars. His dad was World of Outlaws champion. But for Ryan Blaney, it's been a long time since his last visit to Victory Lane.
Family tradition. Dave was a teammate of mine at RCR. Such a neat family. Sisters are super cool. Parents are cool. Love hanging around the Blaney's.
4 to go. And the gap continues to grow. William Byron doing everything he can. Martin Truex closing slightly on Byron for second. Dave Blaney's only NASCAR win came here in the Xfinity Series in 2006. One of the nicest young men in the sport. A fellow who at just 29 is already one of the sport's big stars. Everybody was wondering not if he would win again, but when.
Make this forward lap right here, Tony. Keep this thing around to that white flag. Make it official.
White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
You're so right, Mike. Good kid, good family. Hasn't been able to close the deal. Been 59 races since he's last visited Victory Lane. Such a fast race car driver. So capable of finally getting it done right here. Bring it around here, boy.
And Byron closing on this final lap to within 0.8 of a second. But off turn number 4, the Coca-Cola 600 belongs to Ryan Blaney.
That's a big one, Tony.
And a big congratulations to Roger Penske. He won an Indy 500 and the Coke 600 in the same year. Amazing feat.
It's his 8th career victory. He last won at Daytona in August of 2021. And becomes the 10th driver to win in 2023.
I think it shows you how popular it is. Everybody congratulating him, his competitors. Byron dates his sister, for crying out loud. He went out there and beat that. How about that? Such a fun group of people around him.
Bubba Wallace congratulating him. They're great friends.
Yep.
Listen, this kid earned it. He has been solid from the drop of the green flag the entire race. There's not a moment in the race that he wasn't up front.
And it proves that these Fords can get the job done. That's a big win for Ford.
Yes.
Ryan Blaney will carry the name of Marine Sergeant David Kenneth Kruder from Cincinnati, Ohio to Victory Lane. Kruder, age 26, was lost in Iraq in 2005.
Oh, you get stalled?
How much of that is excitement and how much of that is relief?
Yes and yes.
Yeah.
Max, 100 max potential on both of those.
I think excitement. He deserves to be excited. He is just absolutely rock solid all day. Never put a wheel on.
He came into the Cup Series as a phenom. His first win came here at Charlotte in only his 13th start. And this is his 8th victory. He becomes the 38th different driver to win the Coca-Cola 600.
Just think about this weekend in motorsports. And Tony, you nailed it. I love that. Roger Penske winning 2 of the 3 biggest races in motorsports. Pretty unbelievable.
F1 better be glad he doesn't have an F1 program. That's all I got to say.
Caution flags and 7 side-by-side restarts against William Byron for Ryan Blaney, and if memory serves, he won 5 of those 7, including the last one.
The one that mattered the most.
Always very humble with his interviews. He'll be pumped, but you sometimes can't see it. Promise you there'll be a cocktail or a few enjoyed tonight.
Can't get that smile off his face right now, though, that's for sure. Look at that.
It's been a long time coming. Going to go capture the flag, and like his Penske teammate at Indy, he wants to go celebrate with the fan.
Awesome. He always gives that flag to a young fan too. There it is. See him hand it to that little kid. Good on you, Ryan Blaney.
Jamie Little.
Ryan Blaney has waited a long 59 races, and tonight it's the crown jewel. You win the Coca-Cola 600. Ryan, how did you hold up the competition restart after restart to get it done?
Oh, man.
I think they like you.
This guy, I might shed a tear. Man, this has been a cool weekend. Obviously Memorial Day weekend means a lot. Growing up here and watching Dad run this race for a long time, and it's so cool to just be a part of it, let alone win it. And yeah, I just was able to get the lead on the restart, and then just kind of, our car was so good that I could kind of bide my time a little bit, and we were able to drive off. And I was hoping no caution, just because you never know. I knew we had the car to do it, but restarts can be crazy. But I cannot thank Body Armor enough. It's awesome. We have their cherry lime camo car here with Operation Homefront, Menards, Advanced Auto Parts, Worth, Ford, so many other partners that do so much for us, Dent Wizard and Dex Imaging. So, you know, you start to get to feel like you can't win anymore, and when you don't win in a while, and kind of get hard. So, just super thankful to the 12 guys for believing in me, and thank you guys for sticking around. Really appreciate it.
Ryan Blaney completes the sweep for Roger Penske on Memorial Day weekend.
And what a weekend it has been, and what a night with all the lead changes. Everybody that had a chance to win this race. 16 caution flags, and Tony Stewart, thanks for being with us for all these races this year.
I had so much fun with you guys this year. I'm going to miss you guys the next couple weeks. But yeah, this was an awesome event. This is one of the best Coke 600s I've ever seen. I mean, there was action from the drop of the green flag through the entire duration of the race.
You nailed it. I mean, over-delivered. It always does. I love this racetrack. I love what the fans got to see. I love the fact that they stuck it out with us. These fans, phenomenal job all weekend long. Such a special weekend and a special day. And that's a special kid that just won this race.
A great win for Ryan Blaney, Roger Penske, and, of course, Ford. Ryan Blaney ends a long victory drought with victory in the Coca-Cola 600.
Your house is lovely.
Thank you. I need to introduce you to someone. He was telling me how Geico makes it easy to save on homeowners insurance, so I was thinking...
Well, hello, old friend.
So you have met?
Years ago, we both had big dreams about saving people money on their homeowners insurance. Just look at us now. Your house is lovely. You got to see that. Okay, nobody heard you.
Cerakote makes it easy to save on homeowners insurance.
Ray Magliotti here. When you need parts, eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Say you'll need headlights, the bumper. At least you can skip the
What channel is the NASCAR Xfinity race on?
guaranteed fit. That's right.
Fox Sports 2.
I need to try it first.
There's your biggie bag. That's my go-to. Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your load?
You can always bet on Biggie. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's $5 Biggie Bag.
Ray Magliotti here. You need parts, eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Hey, Dave.
Yep.
All those new wipers.
They're small.
Just go to eBay Motors where the check needs a guaranteed fit. That's right.
There's a thin line in the NASCAR Xfinity Series between being a name they know and being a name they'll never forget.
Our big thing is the ultimate dog.
Gordon's search for a food star is a big hit. This Wednesday,
You'll be hosting the gala.
a competitive charity event becomes a total blowout.
The only difference between me and you, Gordon Ramsay hasn't crushed your self-esteem yet.
And all new Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars, Wednesday on Fox.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Santa Fe with America's best warranty. Get a Santa Fe with 2.9% APR for 60 months or up to $2,000 holiday bonus cash. Hurry in.
At the Spectrum Lab, we're bringing you the best in connectivity with Spectrum One. Get Spectrum Internet with the fastest speeds in the nation, so you always have enough speed for all your devices.
Plus advanced Wi-Fi delivering state-of-the-art security and privacy.
Plus, Spectrum One will give you unlimited talk, text, and data on a reliable nationwide network.
Switch now to Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, plus your first line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, free for 12 months. Call 833-824-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or Spectrum Store today.
2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups. Plus, get a $2,500 total cash allowance for the trade-in and eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
19 times Roger Penske won the Indy 500. 3 times he won the Coca-Cola 600, but this is the first time he's won both of them in the same weekend, and it is Ryan Blaney who delivered that to the captain. Congratulations to Blaney, that entire team. 59 races since his last victory, and 8 career wins. First in the sport's longest race of the season. Here in the studio, Larry and David, you saw the emotions on Ryan Blaney. You just feel like it was a perfect storm. Everything he was feeling when he climbed in that car.
59 race winning streak. Remember last year had to fight and claw just to get in the playoff on points, but just that car, it had short run speed in the early part of the race, but they finally got it to where it had that long run speed. He has an average running position of a
I'm gonna take a piss. We'll be right back. Of course, I'm looking.
Rapid Ceramic Paint Sealing, a breakthrough in ceramic technology. Now you can seal and protect your paint with unbelievable gloss, shine, and slickness in less than 30 minutes. Look at the difference with Cerakote's true hydrophobic ceramic technology. The level of gloss and slickness is unbelievable. Cerakote increased slickness by an incredible 72% compared to uncoated automotive paint. Everything just slides right off. Simply spray it on and lightly buff it with the included microfiber towels. That's it. Everything's included. Even water flows right off.
I've been a professional auto detailer for almost 40 years, and during that time I've tried hundreds of paint care products. And I can tell you that Cerakote's Rapid Ceramic Paint Sealant is in a league of its own.
Guaranteed to be the glossiest, slickest, and easiest to apply paint sealant you have ever used. Get professional gloss, shine, and protection for your vehicle with Cerakote's Rapid Ceramic Paint Sealant today. It's the #1 best-selling paint sealant in the country. Buy today.
Hi, I'm John Fiorentino, inventor of the Moon Pod, a breakthrough in therapeutic relaxation that's changing the way the world sits. Moon Pod's zero-gravity technology helps to eliminate back pain, stress, and anxiety by responding to every inch of your body. And now, with the new crescent backrest and lunar leg lift, Moon Pod will take you to relaxation levels that you've never felt before. Experience the difference at moonpod.com.
Why is Aaron happy? Well, Carvana has tens of thousands of cars under $20,000. So Aaron's folks can help hook him up with a new ride. We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
I suffer with psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis. I was on a journey for a really long time to find some relief. Cosentyx works.
Cosentyx helps real people get real relief from the symptoms of psoriatic arthritis or psoriasis. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine or plan to, or if IBD symptoms develop or worsen.
I move so much better because of Cosentyx.
Ask your rheumatologist about Cosentyx.
In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music, and we talked. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic. Your honesty gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted in my own life.
And I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now, that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs. In whatever you do, talk. They hear you.
2 minutes to play in this first half with Birmingham up 10-6. Coming up, the Progressive halftime show. First half highlights of some of the best of this season so far in the USFL. That's coming up on the Progressive halftime show. Two timeouts left for Birmingham. A 10-6 lead for the Stallions in the second, and 6 from their own 41.
That music.
Often cussing at me, and I told him I wasn't gonna have that. So, yeah, disappointing. It's just that's him. I know that.
I mean, this race had a little bit of everything, didn't it?
Well, we had a lot of disagreements. I think about Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin. I think about late in the race, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch. There was a lot of drivers didn't agree with exactly what the other one was doing about it. 600 miles will do this sometimes, Shannon. Those drivers have been sitting around all day yesterday. They harnessed all that energy. They put a great Coach 600 from start to finish. A lot of lead changes up front, a lot of drama on pit road, a lot of stuff to break down this week.
It was just under 5 hours. We've got a full week to break it down on Race Hub weeknights at 6 Eastern on FS1. We're going to St. Louis next week, so make sure that you join us on Sunday. Coverage begins at 2 Eastern on FS1. Up next on Fox is MasterChef, but don't forget the Xfinity Series race at 9:45 on FS2. Ty Gibbs is leading that race right now. Ryan Blaney, congratulations to that entire team. Team Penske, Roger Penske, everybody involved. Thanks for being here with us tonight.
Here we are, months into the season, and already the gears are in drama.